HD.
Hello and welcome to ABC Sports coverage in full of the 1983 Grand Final. The game between Hawthorn and Essendon could well mark the final appearance of a Grand Final at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, if the VFL has its wish and moves the 1984 Grand Final to VFL Park. Hawthorn with more finals experience and certainly grand final experience, and the Bombers hardly with anything. Rene Kink with most of the experience for them, all gained at Collingwood before he transferred to Essendon this year. The Bombers are in their first grand final for 15 years and they haven't won one since 1965. Of course, Hawthorn's last victory in the Premiership was 1978. Both teams named 23 players at selection on Thursday night. The day dawned a little bit overcast and there was a bit of rain, but in time for the start of the big game, it cleared up beautifully, sunny skies, and the arena at the MCG in front of a packed house looks absolutely magnificent, with the green almost the condition of a billiard table. With me on commentary will be Tim Lane and Peter Booth, and we join Peter as we take you down to the surface.
Roars for the start of the 1983 Grand Final. Essendon and Hawthorn. Hawthorn kicking to the left of your screen. The centre bounce. Payton wins it. Out wide, Payton again still contesting. Still contesting. Buckenara there. Umpire Smith will call for a bounce. Barrett back to umpire Smith. A very colourful occasion. Big crowd at the MCG. It's bursting at the seams. Madden, and towards Tuck, Hawker, up towards half forward to Danaher. It'll bounce in front. Not a bad bounce, he controls it well. Screws it back, in towards Kink. Izzard for the crumbs, Kink not quite. Out towards Kennedy, breaks clear and finds Tuck. No, he doesn't. Eat to tidy up on half-back flank.
Cool play by the Hawks, but Eat in trouble. Play on as the call, he was trying to get rid of it. High tackle calls umpire Nash. It's an Essendon free kick to be taken by Nagel between the wing and the half-forward flank. He centres the ball well towards Kink, who's got two coming from behind him. The big spoil came from McCarthy, who's a surprise at centre half-back. Williams well tackled. Robertson beautifully to Weed. Two former Tasmanians combining superbly to Matthews and Knights. Oh, Matthews collected Knights, but they're both okay. Boy, are they throwing themselves in. Carey's hurt. The tough Carey's down holding his head. He's lined up on Matthews. And that's a blow for the Bombers, but you'd need sledgehammers in each hand to hurt this fellow.
Goes with a quick hand pass on to Weston, who's come over with lots of finals experience this year from South Australia. Up goes to Danaher, can't mark. Airs all, an untidy hand pass. Kennedy under pressure. A wild hand pass, but it comes out okay. Through Eade onto Mew. It was Schwab up over the centre wing. Too long for Hurd. Close to the line. Brereton keeps it in for Loveridge. Wallace. Grab round the neck, play on. Up at half forward now, whistle's gone, high tackle, and it's Hawthorn's free kick to Gary Buckenara. I don't think realised he had the free, but oh, he's limping badly, and that's bad in the opening couple of minutes. And he's flat on his back after kicking.
Schwab. And Gary Buckenara in a lot of trouble. Now Big Burn waiting for it down in the goal area. Madden comes in front, punches the ball away. In towards the pocket towards Hurd. Eade comes in, the ball deflected away by Walsh, and it's out of bounds, left forward pocket. And Buckenara is still in trouble, in a lot of trouble. He'll have both knees scraped after the grand final, but he may not even see out the day.
He might see out the first 5 minutes. We've played 2.5. Madden versus Byrne. Carey, who copped it a moment ago, seems to have recovered. Bradbury gets the clearing kick, not very far. Oh, here comes Payton at Nagel. Nagel rides it well. Bahaja in trouble. Out of it. Back to Nagel was good play by the Bombers. Bradbury well met. Beautifully met by Ayres a long way up ground. O'Halloran also up ground. Knights lines them up. Goes for goal. But he's well off line, just bounced inside, throw in. Forward pocket for the Hawks, and Buckenara still in desperate trouble.
Here comes the doctor as Judge lines up to come on.
Here comes the Judge.
Hawthorn in attack. Big knockout by Walsh. Chance for Brereton. It spills out. Well, Gary Buckenara in trouble. Dipia Domenico started on the bench for Hawthorn, which is a bit of a surprise when you could expect a pretty fiery opening from the Bombers. Byrne wins the tap, gets it back. Well played by the big fella. Bouncing in the goal square, no, but Folds gets back there to mark.
Controlled use of weight. I think that's the plan by Hawthorn. Out to Weston. Buckenara being carried off the ground. And with Matthews and Knights having a collision the first 20 seconds, what a luck it was that they weren't badly injured. Ayres. Wallace calling for it. Will he go short to Wallace? No, he's going deeper. Looking for Tuck. He's got a double back, but he's got it. You get the free kick, not the mark at centre-half forward, about 55 metres out from goal.
What a tragedy. The All-Australian, best of field for Western Australia against Victoria all year. His first grand final, and he's lasted 3 minutes.
Tuck's kicking towards Matthews in the pocket, and it fades and goes through from behind. And he's in a lot of pain, Gary Buckenara.
And it's also a big blow for the Hawks. If they're down to 19 men, their flexibility is limited badly.
Out to Folds. Long kick to centre wing. Van der Haar. Oh, it takes a great mark on the outer wing. Paul Van der Haar.
Van der Haar, far side wing, as Buckenara taken off on a stretcher up towards Kink. Gets a cruel bounce. Goes up towards the centre again. Knocked on by Madden. Out to Ayres. A free kick going to Kennedy on half-back flank. Now Wallace calling for it in the centre, but he doesn't see Wallace. He's looking for Knights. Weston behind him. Knights in front. Arches his body beautifully. Takes the mark between wing and half forward. Matthews leads. That's his target. Carey there. Matthews the front position. In comes Eade. About 30 metres out. Wong puts himself. Will it beat the pack? It doesn't. Leverage. The first goal of the grand final. Kick by Leverage at the 6.25 minute mark.
There's the architect. Left foot delivery was beautiful into the square. And the Matthews Shepherd, which you just saw there on the right-hand side, was good. But what a pass with the left boot. Just inside. Beautiful. And the Hawks have started with tremendous desperation. I think they've surprised Essendon with their early ferocity. Hawker, star last week, goes out wide where it's all Hawthorn. All bad bounce for Schwab, but Tuck's there in support. The great team man, Honor Robertson, lovely left-hander. Loveridge, who kicked the goal 30 seconds ago. Long into full forward, Byrne. Oh, and Judge, who's just on the ground. Taken on by Carey. Back in goes Byrne. Matthews. Judge. Ball up. It is desperate. Hawthorn really attacking the ball with aggression and vigour.
Hawks in attack. Byrne attempts one over his head. Watson for Essendon breaks clear. Good hand pass to Bradbury. Short pass to half-back. Bahaji. Well, we haven't really seen Essendon go in as fiercely as you may have expected them to start this game. At the back, Kennedy. Good shepherding by the Hawks. Great pass by Kennedy for Tuck. Bad bounce for him. Oh, but he slips away from them. Tackled when not in possession. And the free kick to Michael Tuck. Just about one of the first men you'd pick in any team. And for the second year in a row this year, he failed to get a vote in the Brownlow.
Tuck's fourth possession. 8 minutes gone in the grand final. Hawthorn 1 goal 1. The Bombers yet to score. Out towards Wallace. Screws it back. Matthews. Now Judge will come over the top of Folds and gets it. 15 metres out from goal.
What a mark. Boy, oh boy.
Ken Judge. The Hawks second. Oh, he's hit the post. Almost broke it in two. Hawthorn 1 goal 2. Essendon yet to score. Nearly 9 minutes in the grand final. Let's have a look at a replay of Ken Judge's mark. Folds with his eyes on the ball. One hand and held possession nicely.
Infringement as the ball was kicked back into play. Madden interfered with, takes it at half-back. Call from Williams and from Merritt, but 15 metres against Payton. Long one dished out by umpire Nash. First one of the match. or in contrast to last year's grand final. To half forward, Ayres is starring at the moment. He's dominated the first 9 minutes of the match. Brilliant in defence and attack, in fact. Schwab goes out wide. Here's Eade again. Intelligent play to Judge. Tame finish to that exchange. A throw in on Hawthorn's left half forward flank. The Hawks leading by 8 points after 9.5 minutes.
Andrews and Donnell played in the seconds for Essendon and have already won a flag today, and Duckworth injured and not taking his place in the selected 23. Umpire Smith comes in and calls for the ball up. For Hawthorn, Moore and Shields with Polkinghorne were left out of the 23. Madden wins the tap. Whistle's gone. Madden takes the free kick as well. Ten minutes gone. 1-2 Hawthorn. Essendon yet to score.
Madden's second kick up towards half forward, dropping just a bit short in the breeze. Merritt was up there. Robertson over the top, gave away a free kick on Watson. And Watson gets the free kick. Goes towards King. That's his target. 35 metres out from goal. Reno King. Rene King's first kick. It's coming back nicely. It's a goal. The Bombers first at the 11-minute mark in the first quarter. Hawthorn 1 goal to 8. The Bombers 1 goal straight.
And Essendon perhaps lucky to be within 2 points after 11.5 minutes. Hawthorn have had much the better of the early stages of the first quarter. Kink and Kennedy. Kennedy's beaten Kink so far, but Kink's goal is vital. Wallace well nabbed by Kink. Ball held to him. And a ball up between the centre and half-forward line for Essendon.
Madden beats Payton down to Kink. Inside half-forward. O'Halloran leads the race. Finds Wallace. Over the wing. Knights is there. Madden comes from the back. Quickly, Duckworth out to Nagel. On to Bahagia. Bombers going forward for only about the second time. Ayres at the back. Chance for Ezard. Put out of business. Mew gets the hand pass away. Vanderhaar crashes at them, and it's picked up by Williams. Wide out in the pocket. Hooks back. All Hawthorn. O'Halloran.
O'Halloran feeds the ball out towards Robertson. Runs up the centre half back looking for Knights. Knights in front and arches the body again beautifully. Feeding off him is Wallace. Wallace now up towards Judge at half forward. Folds late on the scene. Matthews leads into the pocket. He might go down towards Tuck, but Big Byrne is down there. Tuck for the crumbs if required. Walsh goes up. Tucks him. He may get the crumbs. Out to Matthews. Grabbed by Weston. Play still goes on. And there'll be a ball up about 22 metres out from goal. The Hawks into attack.
Not much in it on the board. Madden perhaps getting the cleaner hand to it. Here's Knights, who started well with 2 fine marks, and he gets a free kick. Oh, and Matthews at it. We've heard. But Peter Knights can line them up with his 4th possession, gaining him his 3rd kick from only 25 metres out. And as you can see, the angle is slight. Still a chance. Tuck's there. Byrne was there too. Behind the Hawthorn. The Hawks lead by 3 points.
Bird kicking in, close to the boundary line. Eade. If Eade had let that go, he might have won a kick. He thinks he's got a kick, but it's going to be a boundary throw-in. Inside half-forward. Hawks doing most of the attacking.
Brereton punches the ball. Watson. Bradbury. Hurried kick to nobody. Kick leads in the race. Williams there too. Williams tidies up better. Gets a call from Bahagia. He might need him. No, he doesn't. Good tackle by O'Halloran. Picked up by Kennedy. Fires in. Another goal for the Hawks. That's their second. Hawthorn 2-3. Essendon 1 goal.
Great perseverance by Hawthorn. Williams almost broke into the clear. About 2 or 3 times they came at him. Kennedy first, O'Halloran second, and then the loose ball to Kennedy, who capped it off. Hawthorn 9 points in front of Essendon. and they've been a 2 or 3 goal better side, but Madden wins out brilliantly at the centre bounce. Ezard lunging out at it. Nagel beautifully met by Wallace. Schwab tackled high, no play on. Ezard tunnels it on, through it, and it's a free kick to Hawthorn. Going to McCarthy. No. Yes, the umpire rules that it is his ball. He goes out wide. Schwab, one hand on it. What a match there. The experienced Wood against the youngster Schwab in his second year, or third, on towards Loveridge. Now Wallace in support. Weston blocks his path beautifully, and the former South Australian breaks away in scintillating fashion down the outer wing.
Good chase. Magnificent stuff by Robertson, who forced the error and wins a free kick for his team. Ayres takes it from half-back flank. Up short of half-forward, big leap by Knights, but no mark. On by Payton to Brereton. Beautiful hand pass out in front of Knights, who's been burning Peter Knights. He could just about kick this himself. Lines up. Offline. He's had 3 chances at goal for 2 behinds.
First term, 17.5 minutes in. Peter Knights playing 250th league game today. Hawthorn 2-4, the Bombers 1 straight goal. Hawks lead by 16 points to 6. Kick in by Folds. Payton, a bit more speed than Madden, still playing the ball. Williams, the high tackle, will get the free kick almost on half-back. 15 metres against Judge. To allow the covering further up the field, Williams. In towards Van der Haar. The punch from O'Halloran. Wallace, hurried kick. Up towards Knights, Hurd. Long hand pass. 4 Essendon players there, headed by Watson. Gets it out towards Folds. Folds goes up to Ezard in front of Ayres. Oh, Ayres worried him out of that one. Ayres plays on and goes for a run.
He's been brilliant. Looks for Schwab, who's not doing badly, but doesn't find him. Bradbury's there. Good tackle. Off to Folds. Under pressure, though, and that's the Hawthorn trademark at the moment. Now Bradbury gets it to Wood. He's in trouble, though. Brought down by Brereton. Holding the ball on Hawthorn. Superb. Their perseverance and endeavour just cannot be matched at the moment. Beyond half forward, Matthews, a bad bounce, gives Bradbury one to go on with, and Bradbury takes the free.
Umpire having stern words with Lee Matthews, and a 15-metre penalty against the Hawthorn skipper. Bradbury up the half-back, towards the centre of the ground. Kink. Well, Rene Kink, been in 6 grand finals, all at Collingwood, hasn't had a victory yet. Gets another chance with Essendon.
Oh, players been put down behind play. Essendon player is down on the far side wing. The crowd saw it and I followed them.
And Wood has followed up to get what looks like the offending player. I think it's Tim Watson who was decked. Players coming in from everywhere. And I think it's Colin Robertson underneath them. It is. And back on centre wing, Tim Watson, who's been Essendon's star in the finals, is having treatment.
Hawthorn 2-4-16, Essendon 1 goal. Timmy Watson was the player initially put down behind play. Play went on, and eventually further up the field it started again. McCarthy, little proppy kick to Kennedy. Thought about the hand pass. That would have been dangerous because he would have hand passed to Mahajan. That's his 5th kick. Up to Tuck. Oh, Van der Haar has put him down. Tuck up though, like a bouncing ball.
Tuck seeking a 15-metre penalty, which I thought would have been forthcoming, but no.
It's his 4th kick as he drives in. Up towards Byrne, but Byrne's behind. He has to flick the ball on. Matthews uses his weight. Williams, no one to kick it to. He's got to search. Who does he search for? Van der Haar, that's his target. And Merritt late on the scene. Oh, what a mark! Merritt, Roger Merritt, 4th in line, right over the top. Up towards Danaher. Danaher, yes, he's got it. At centre half forward, Terry Danaher, the Bomber skipper. 15 metres against Chris New, and he can kick it. Hawthorn 2-4, Essendon 1 goal. 21 minutes in the first term, and Terry Danaher can kick it. 40 metres out, directly in front, and he's popped it through. The Bombers' 2nd goal, 4 points the difference. Hawthorn 2-4, Essendon 2 straight goals.
after 21 minutes, and Madden another mighty thump. Out comes Ezard, nice bounce. Quickly hooks it back, but Muse out in front of Danaher. Where will it bounce? Throw in, half-forward flank for Essendon, and perhaps the Dons in the second half of this first term just finding the tempo.
Hawthorn have the breeze in the first quarter and lead by only 2 points. Ayres has been brilliant from half-back up towards the centre. Brereton in front, Bradbury over the top of him. Carey runs onto the bouncing ball, met by Brereton, gets rid of the kick. Wood fumbles for the second time. Schwab back to Ayres, boot the ball again. Knights and Brereton charging at it. Right in the centre, support from Tuck. Bounces through 2 Essendon players, right up towards the goal square. Judge for his second. Oh, great goal by Judge. Wait a minute, hasn't been signalled. So far Judge has scored a behind. Umpire Smith is saying that the Essendon players were held out and it's going to be an Essendon free, and that's why the ball bounced right between them. Lee Matthews, the Hawthorn skipper, comes in. He doesn't often argue, but he had plenty to say about that, and the free kick goes to Walsh.
Byrne. The Hawks third. Hawthorn 3-4, 22. Essendon 2 straight goals, 12. Byrne's first goal.
We're half a minute away from the time-on period in the first quarter. Madden, another mighty thump, but in the path is Robertson, who drives Hawthorn forward towards Knights. Relayed free kick.
Against Nagel.
Knights takes it on the half-forward line. Umpire Smith spelling out to Nagel exactly why he was being penalised, and more importantly, why his team was being penalised. And Knights will take his 5th kick. He's had a couple of shots at goal. This time he's 60 metres out. Won't quite make it. Walsh thumps it through for a behind, and the Hawks are 11 points in front.
Nagel may well have been getting in to square up with Robertson for the incident with Watson. Now Carey from the goal square, slightly favouring the members' side for Madden. Good punch by Byrne. Tuck tries to help it to the back, but hit him on the face. Umpire Nash calls for it and will ball it up. Hawthorn's half-forward flank. They lead 3-5 to 2 straight goals. 8 scoring shots to 2, but only an 11-point lead.
Madden and Byrne. Byrne wins out. Nagel being harassed by Green, but gets out of the way nicely. Bradbury from half-back looking for Kink in the centre. Collision coming up maybe. Oh, Schwab ducked his head. I would have too. Kennedy. This way down at I support. Knights onto McCarthy. McCarthy gets his kick in. Judge from behind. Bradbury in front, the spoil by Judge. Picked up by Hurd. Hurd at centre half-back. Van der Haar. Oh, nearly. Would have been a sensational mark. Kennedy almost threw the ball away. Goes down towards Eade. Eade in trouble. Gets support nicely from O'Halloran. Out to Byrne. Byrne on half-forward flank. Knights. The marking player down there is Payton. Madden. Brereton. Feeding off him is Wallace. Fires it towards goal. And he'll get a free kick. He's kicked it behind to get the option. He'll take another kick, I'm sure. It happened a moment ago when Ken Judge had a shot for goal and missed, and the field umpire went down to the goal umpire, and the advantage came back to Byrne at centre half forward. Again, the field umpire conferring with the goal umpire. It was a behind.
This is dangerous for the Hawks. Buckenara could be out of the game, and Wallace is in big trouble.
And Domenico eagerly wanting to come on. Maybe a broken nose, slight concussion, a facial injury. Now Lee Matthews is going to take the kick. 25 metres out. Oh, it's a positive shot. He's kicked it. Hawthorn's fourth. Hawthorn 4-5, 29. Essendon 2 straight goals.
So the Hawks have made a decisive break. They're 17 points clear at the 28-minute mark. Madden winning brilliantly at those centre bounces, but Bahaja was well tackled by Tuck, and away goes McCarthy. Hawthorn's tackling is peerless. Loveridge on the half-forward line, beats off Foles in daring style, up to the pocket, Out comes Walsh. Bad bounce for him. Good play, Payton. No one there to receive. Hurd had to kick under pressure. Eade versus Hawker. Good duel. Robertson in support of Eade. Left foot snap towards, well, the central area. Bradbury.
Bradbury breaks away towards the outer side. On to Watson. Is recovered from his knock. Bounces away from Wallace, who can't go with him. Hardly any attempt by Wallace. Inboard to Nagel. Nagel to centre half forward. Van der Haar on his own. Back in the centre square. Looking for Danaher. Too long for him. At the back, Ezard, who snaps and kicks a goal in his first grand final. Alan Ezard, who earlier in the season was a spectator at Bombers matches.
First quarter nearly completed. 4.5 minutes of time on. Hawthorn 29, Essendon 18. Wallace rebounds out towards Eade, gets a good bounce. Bradbury, nearly. Payton on to Byrne. Brereton, Judge, pushing the back. Brereton's free kick. Close to quarter time. Brereton. This will be his fourth kick. Now Knights is dropping back, and it's dropping a bit short. Knights might be the target eventually, nearly. Matthews. And the ball trickles away. Almost 5 minutes of time on in the grand final first quarter.
30 minutes gone exactly. In fact, Madden versus Payton. Brereton, flying shot. Was offline. Had to hook it very hurriedly. And so a minor score in the margin. 2 straight kicks. Hawthorn 30. Leading by 1-6. Essendon 3 straight goals for 18.
With a scoreline like that, we might well look back on the first quarter as saying where Hawthorn lost it. Well, Van der Haar over the top of O'Halloran. He's had to come back to half-back to get a kick. His third kick for the game. To centre half forward, a beauty. Danaher's there. Merritt. A scramble. Ezard again. Right, spills to Byrne. Gets it away delightfully to Wallace. Shocking kick. Goes to Nagel. Quickly on to Williams. This is dangerous now. Oh, but a bad kick by Williams on the chest of Ayres.
It was bent for Kink, but Kink turned his back, but the pass was bad. Van der Haar. Oh, Brereton goes down. O'Halloran on the Judge. Judge up towards Tuck, and Matthews behind the pack. 20 metres out directly in front. This will be his third kick. What a vital one right on quarter time. Will make the score line for the Hawks look a bit better now. And he pops it through for their fifth. Hawthorn 5 goals, 6-36. Matthews' second goal. Essendon 3 straight goals.
Can Madden get that big fist away again? He's in supreme control at the centre bounces. And he beats Byrne brilliantly once more. Kink is there. Does it strongly. Out wide to Van der Haar. 2-on-1 in the Dons' favour, but they're foiled by Russell Green's endeavour. Now O'Halloran, good player in the first term. Wallace gets it off beautifully. Loveridge from behind the wing to half forward. Brereton, who's coming good. He's starting to roll. Call from Matthews. He goes towards him. Matthews doubles back. Well played, Carey. Throw in the Hawks deep in attack and again looking full of menace.
Long quarter, almost 33 minutes gone in the first term. Hawks have another chance to score from the boundary throw-in. Robertson goes the leap at the back. Loveridge. And there's the siren. The first quarter dominated by Hawthorn. They doubled Essendon's score, but could have done even better had they not missed on 6 occasions. The Bombers got 3 straight goals. So Essendon going into the game as favourites, and I would say a large percentage of the crowd at the MCG were wanting Essendon to win because the red and black colours around the ground largely favoured the Bombers, who were in a grand final for the first time in 15 years. But it didn't go their way, and the Hawks had an 18-point lead at quarter time. And now the Bombers have the use of the breeze in the second quarter. Centre square infringement. Essendon's free. Now it's Hawthorn's free. To Ian Payton. And a 15-metre penalty for Bahagia taking so long to get it back to him. Payton on the run. Up to half forward. Brereton. Judge almost spoiled him, but Brereton took the mark. I think too far out to score. This end of the ground. Bradbury on the mark, 50 metres from goal. Good kick, not missing by much. Tuck in front, still in the goal square. Ooh, Bahagia goes down, a solid knock against Loveridge. Free kick to Bahagia.
Back pocket, Bahagia. A minute gone in the second quarter. Scores unchanged. Hawthorn 36, Essendon 18. Nagel away from Wallace, goes backwards. Half-back flank. Up towards Merritt, or off his fingers. Players over the top, the scoop on. Merritt again from Williams into half forward to Kink. Gets all, runs away from him. Oh, good tackle on O'Halloran. Play on the call. There'll be a ball up.
As umpire Nash indicating that he thought the man who was tackled, O'Halloran, was trying to hand pass the ball off.
In the first quarter, Hawthorn 13 free kicks to Essendon's 8.
Ezard takes the ball out of the air after it bounced away from the ruckman. Another ball up. Essendon's half-forward line. The Dons down by 3 goals. Merritt wins out. Van der Haar lost it. Ayres supreme, wins the free kick. Purely with determination to get his body onto the ball first. He was probably best man on the ground in the first quarter, for mine anyway. Kicks to the wing, he's had half a dozen. Brereton! A monumental mark. And he is looking dangerous, the brilliant youngster. Kennedy, good running from the Hawks, beautiful pass. Oh, not quite. Robertson was the lunger. The pass was almost perfectly executed, just too far for him.
Half forward for the Hawks. Payton wins this one. Wood's been pretty quiet. Not a lot of distance in his kick. King, well down from half forward to mark at half back. Rene King, driving kick to centre half forward. Madden from the back, second touch. Onto a running Hawker who's been quiet. He centres the ball for Danaher. Good effort by Mew to spoil him. He's got Eade in support. Well done by the skipper, Danaher. Oh, but he got Mew around the legs. And the Hawthorn defender's free kick, plus a 15 metres, with the hand pass sailing over his head.
Mew almost at centre half back now. He's going for Payton in the centre, and Knight's there too. It'll drop a bit short of Knight's. Payton, Wood, the punch away. Knight juggles. Watson on the ground. Ball just trickles away. Kennedy gets possession, and umpire Smith says it's mine.
There's players crowding around the ball, and the desperation level at its highest pitch for the season as Madden wins again. He's been supreme in the ruck. Kennedy scrambles the kick forward, beats Knights and Weston. Bounce badly for Payton. Free kick to Brereton, who's on top of Bradbury. He got front position again, and he really is starting to worry the Bomber defence. A lot of natural brilliance. Second season player. Poor kick. Judge had 2 to beat. Thought he might have pushed one out. Folds takes the loose ball. Kicks well with the left boot, off balance to the wing. Hawker with pace. Nice bounce too, didn't do him any harm. Gives the big chance to Ezard. He's kicked 1 goal. Still 50 metres out. Little pass inside to Van der Haar. 2-on-1. Over the top, Danaher. Open goal. Second goal to the Bomber skipper, but Alan Ezard was the man who set that all up with that brilliant run.
Bounce by umpire Smith. Madden wins again. Getting monotonous. A scramble. Nagel. Umpire's blown the whistle just as Williams gets his kick away. And we're going to have another ball up. Melbourne Cricket Ground in beautiful condition. Huge pack around this one. Madden missed that one. Wood goes down from a solid knock. Bahagia holding the ball, says umpire Smith.
Hawthorn's free kick to go to Tuck.
He ducked into it. Tuck 15 metres. The ball bouncing by, as you saw. 6.5 minutes, second quarter. Hawthorn 5-6. Essendon 4 straight goals. The Hawks 11 scoring shots to 4. Free kicks, Hawthorn 18. Essendon exactly half with 9. Eade. Payton in front. The punch away from Madden. Down towards Nagel. Hawthorn players coming from everywhere. Bahaja's got to wait for it. Does it nicely on towards Williams, chipping in his tuck, gets the hand pass away. The knock on by Payton over the back towards Wallace. Wood is there, Van der Haar. Nagel going the wrong way. Folds gives him a call. Folds directs it up towards Ezard, who's in front of Ayres. Ayres punches the ball away. Goes down towards Robertson. Robertson clears from centre half back to Brereton by himself. He can run right in. Over the top to Loveridge to Matthews. Matthews 20 metres out and spin around, thought about Brereton, goes himself and misses. Well, Brereton made great position for the hand pass. He kept running right down the ground. Matthews thought about it, but decided from 20 metres out he'd better go himself.
Margin 13 points. Walsh lands it in front of the members' pavilion. O'Halloran in good position, but well spoiled by Van der Haar. Nagel is starting to get into this game. To the centre line. Eade in good position against Wood. Kennedy supports him well. Kicks to half forward. Judge and Brereton from the side. Well played by Dermot Brereton again. Ball up. Half forward flank for the Hawks.
Madden well placed. Went up on his own. Comes to Ezard. Up to the wing. Chance for Wood to run onto it. Kick beats him out of play. Cameron Clayton warming up. Clayton's been in interchange for the Bombers for the last 6 matches, and he's replaced Brian Wood, who was included by Sheedy for his grand final experience, but really hasn't come up. Chest mark to Nagel.
Nagel almost half back, feeding off him as Williams, but he wrong puts himself.
Kicks back to the centre line where Payton's in front of Watson. Robertson, the double fister to Kennedy. Short one inside, beautifully to Judge. Threaded through with precision. Ken Judge at centre half forward. Named in the 20 in the match after 3 minutes when Gary Buckenara crashed out with a knee injury. Judge has been a handy player. His 5th kick is offline. And through for the Hawks, 8th behind. And they lead by 14 points right on the 10-minute mark. In front of 100,000 plus at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, possibly for the last time.
Carey with the kick in. Payton the punch. Bahagia fumbles. Ayres paddles. Back to Bahagia. Bouncing for Van der Haar. Nagel in trouble. Inboard he goes to Hurd. Finally they get clear to Clayton. Centre half back. Over the wing. Merritt on his own. Oh, he's been a grand player in the Bombers' run home. Out wide, he puts it out in front of Weston. Weston can goal, but he hooked it too far back and kicks out of bounds on the full.
Free kick to Chris Mew. He might go to Green, or he doesn't know which way to go. He thought about McCarthy, which was out of screen vision to his left. He's going to Loveridge. Could be trouble here. Loveridge. Oh, that was a saver. Threads it out to Green this time. So the result eventually worked out. Over the top to Swab. He's got to wait a bit for it though. Swab, a long kick. Up towards Brereton. Folds behind. Matthews goes up. Punches the ball down towards Tuck. Tuck about 40 metres out. Dribbles it. There's no one home. Walsh trying to get it. When he get it, he doesn't. It's a goal. Kicked by Tuck. A dribbler from about 35 metres out. And Walsh doubling back, and the ball really carried on this bounce. Watch it go, just really streaked away. Eade off the ground, and Di Domenico coming on for Hawthorn.
That's an interesting move. Eade's been a good player. Perhaps the Hawks anticipating some fireworks, and they've put Dipper straight onto Nagel. I wonder if they might be trying to antagonise the fiery Essendon number 1. Loveridge threw it out. Ball up. Not quite in the centre circle, but it may as well be. Madden wins despite the fact that he had a standing start. Clayton kicked the paddle onto Bahagia. Well blocked by the Hawks. Pushing the back, though. Umpire Nash gets the Bronx. Essendon fans feeling it's a bit overdue. Hawthorn leading 20-10 on the count. Didn't matter. Loveridge towards Tuck. Folds. Kicks blind, and it's all Hawthorn. Schwab.
Inboard to Loveridge. Has time to get balanced. Dippier Domenico just on the ground takes the mark at half forward. Dipper was just about best on ground in the 78 Premiership. Finds the skipper Matthews. Carey labouring 15 metres behind Lee Matthews. He's coming up for his 5th kick and his 3rd goal. And what a percentage player he is. Not really fit enough to play on the ball these days. But if he can get 3 before half-time, which he has, he's value, isn't he?
Hawthorn by 26 points, 50-24. Perfect bounce. Madden wins again. Knocks it on for the 2nd time. Up towards Kennedy. Kink. And he travelled about half a metre. Robertson. Williams goes down. And umpire Smith will call for a bounce. Hawthorn 7-8-50. Essendon 4 straight goals. So 15 scoring shots on the board to 4.
That's an indication, a pretty fair one. The Hawks have dominated the grand final so far, but there's a long way to go. Schwab, Dippier Domenico from the middle of the ground. Brereton in front, used the body well, and there's a kick against Hawthorn in the centre.
Judge is being reported for hitting Hawker behind play.
Judge doesn't look as if he's taking the report terribly seriously.
Gee, Glenn Hawker's had a big couple of weeks. He lost a tooth last week when Arnold Brothers got him.
Could look bad for Judge when he faces the tribunal with the tooth missing.
He's been pretty quiet, Hawker, by the same token. Out wide to half-forward flank. Ayres drops one he may have taken. Robertson knocks towards the boundary line defensively. Robertson's done a pretty excellent job on Tim Watson. The two 32s are standing each other up. Watson's been the Bombers' best player in the finals to date. Hardly been cited today. 1 kick.
Merritt. Or Bahaja must get the free kick against Green. Now it's going the other way. Why, I don't know. Green almost at centre-half back. Tuck calling for it. Schwab, yes, good shepherding by Schwab without Tuck to take it. On towards Judge with a hand pass. Bahaja does it nicely. Who to? Out to Bradbury. Oh, he's caught in possession, but he's going to get the free kick for a high tackle. And 15 metres. Gets a fly. In towards Danaher, who might be out at centre-half forward now. We'll just have to wait and see. With Merritt dropping back in the goal area. He's going for Merritt. Kinks in front of the pack. Oh, Merritt got a shove. McCarthy. Out towards Robertson. Gets it out to Kennedy. Kennedy will go for Mew. Made good position for that. No one to pass it to at the moment. He really has to delay. Now Robertson dropping a bit short and Loveridge. Now he's going up towards Knights. Judge behind. Knights. A free kick going Essendon's way to be taken by Weston.
Kicks long to half forward where Madden comes from the side. But it's all Hawthorn at ground level, and Ayres another kick. Finds Schwab. He's played the entire day out on that far wing, and he's played really well. To Mew, a good runner for the Hawks. Matthews is there with the leap. What can you say about this man that hasn't already been said? 3 goals already. The mark of the day, the mark of the grand final. He drives his 4th home. Lethal lead. He's never been more lethal than in the first half of the 83 grand final, and he's put the Hawks 32 points in front.
Hawthorn blitzing the Bombers at the moment, and you wonder what the Bombers can do or when it'll happen. Nagel is there, takes the Bahagia takes the free kick.
Weston's gone on to Matthews, and Carey is coming off, Drew.
Nagel's kick up to inside half forward. Copping about to come on. Danaher, the hand pass back to Bahagia. Too far out to score. Pops a little one out to Watson, who hasn't had much practice at getting the hands around the leather. One kick so far. 18-minute mark, second quarter.
Incidentally, Carey's gone straight to the rooms. I wonder if it was that blow in the first minutes of the match.
Watson for goal. Breeze to help him. Won't make it. Madden is there. Off the hands, through for a behind. And it's the first time that Essendon have missed. Their scoreline is 4-1.
Just over 18.5 minutes played in this quarter. Kick in by Ayres. Tuck is just dropping a bit short. Payton late on the scene. A chance for Merritt. Umpire Smith patrolling at centre-half forward has spotted a free. It's going to Tuck. He'll go for Judge. Now he'll go deeper towards Wallace. Nicely placed. Oh, and 15 metres and maybe a report. Wallace off and running for kick number 10. Runs in towards half forward. Knights with Matthews behind the pack. Knights goes up. The ball punched in front of the pack. Judge on towards Robertson. A little proppy kick in towards the pocket. Loveridge. 30 metres out on the angle. Now he might look square towards centre half forward. There's no one there at the moment free. Now if he does happen to kick across goal, Peter Knights is in the far pocket. Byrne is dropping back there too. Loveridge's 7th kick coming up. Umpire Nash just bringing him around on the mark. He's going to have a shot. He's missed it. It's a behind. Hawthorn 8-9, Essendon 4-1.
Fitzroy supporters, I think, are still wondering why the umpire didn't do that to Michael Tuck in the qualifying final in the last quarter. As Van der Haar kicks in. Watson's there, but he was shepherded out by Robertson, and the umpire was onto it. Watson takes the free. He's between the half-back flank and the wing, and he's a man that the Bombers have got to pray will lift to pull them back into this grand final. And he's trying to lift. He's trying one of those scintillating solo efforts, and he does it. Williams back outside to Watson, who's covered now about 120 metres. Too far for Clayton, and it's all unstuck. But you can see what Watson was about then. He's trying to do something to lift himself and his team.
Essendon at half forward. Taken away by Wallace. You don't notice he gets all those kicks, but he's up to about 11. Tuck up short of the centre. Dipier Domenico has been good since he's been there. Paddles out, but he'll have to follow up himself. Well shepherded by Van der Haar. Now it's a free kick, actually. Dipier Domenico got into Van der Haar's back, said umpire Nash. Paul Van der Haar with the free kick. Up towards centre half forward for Danaher. McCarthy off the side of the boot. Dipier Domenico again. Van der Haar spoils. And the ball out of play, but already up to half forward for Hawthorn. They lead 8-9 to 4-1 at the 21-minute mark in the second quarter.
The Hawks by 32 points after leading by 18 points at quarter time, so the Bombers making little or no impression at all. Merritt might have been grabbed a bit there. Goes to Wallace, doing all the hard stuff. Bad bounce for Tuck, knocked away by Merritt again. Picked up by Kennedy. Kennedy onto Wallace. Wallace up towards Matthews, but a drop short towards Dipier Domenico. Riding off the pack. It looks like Hurd. Yes, he does. Gets it across the folds. Essendon player down behind play. There's going to be a free kick and possibly a report. Yes, Byrne's going to be reported for putting Van der Haar down behind play. So this game not short on reports.
Well, I don't think there's any reason for the Hawks to start anything, and I'm sure they're not trying to. I think it's just their positive approach which has stood them in such good stead in the match so far. And that's why they're 32 points ahead on the board. And they're ahead on scoring shots 17-5. It's been a one-sided match so far. Folds takes his 9th kick. Kicks beyond the centre. Mew! Splendid effort. Out to Ayres. Two great defenders they are. Towards Loveridge, who's got height against him in Bradbury. And Schwab breaks away. How did he get out of that one? Lovely left-hander over the top to Green. From half forward. Goes for home and dobs it. A great goal. He was a long way out. He went with confidence. And the Hawks now lead by 38 points.
Back with umpire Smith. Madden wins again. Finds Bahagia. Back to Madden. To centre half forward, too long for McCarthy. Copping. Hawthorn free kick. Quickly taken. Kennedy out of defence. Dipia Domenico. Oh. Takes the mark in front of Nagel. Good smother by Merv Nagel. Dipper comes back at him. Tuck gathers. Kennedy caught by Bahagia. Too high. Free kick to John Kennedy. Quickly to Tuck. Standing start job. To half forward flank for Judge. Good catch.
He's a strong mark, Ken Judge. 24 minutes played. Hawthorn 63, Essendon 25 in the second quarter. Now what's happening? The ball's got to come back, I'd say, or is it going against Judge?
Play on was called, and Judge then kicked from outside the boundary line. So the umpire has ruled it out of bounds.
Hawthorn 63, Essendon 25.
Hard luck for Judge, who balked as he came in to kick because he thought the man had run over the mark, and umpire Smith called play on. Hurd kicks to the centre. Danaher doing some jostling, but at the back, Payton had it easily on his chest. From the centre line, the General boots the Hawks into attack, where Brereton has 2 against him, and Madden, the Dons' best player, quite possibly takes the mark.
Out to Hurd. Bouncing ball for Williams on the wing. Can't keep it in. Haven't seen quite as much from Williams and Ezard today as we've seen in previous weeks. They've been brilliant. Payton beats Madden this time, but it's all Essendon. Nagel fumbles. Watson trying to lift. Good tackle, Robertson to Williams. For Danaher with Mew. Mew beats him again. A bit of trouble on the forward line. This much vaunted high marking power by Essendon. Well, Hawthorn have it today, and Peter Knights has been brilliant.
Almost half-time, Knights. Oh, there's a million of them out there. Judge again. "50 metres out from goal, Ken Judge. This will be his 7th kick. And the time on in the second quarter by a minute. As Dipia Domenico comes off the ground. Eade coming back on. He's done his job, Robert Dipia Domenico. Now Judge should just about kick it. There's plenty of marking power down there if he doesn't. He has kicked it. A great goal, Ken Judge. That's his first. The Hawks 10th. Hawthorn 10-9-69. Leading by a massive 44 points, 4-1-25. Judge, a great mark for his size. A real Collingwood 6-footer. Very sure pair of hands.
Robertson comes at Madden from behind because the bounce was crooked, and that's legal. Schwab, fine player. Brereton, another good one. Call from Judge, who's broken away from his man out on the flank, but he goes long in towards the heart of it all. Knights comes from behind. Up he goes, almost. Walsh gets into the clear. Hawker, nice paddle. Now folds. Good player for the Dons in defence.
Kink behind the centre. Taken on and beaten beautifully by Kennedy. Kennedy spinning one way then the other. Brilliant play, John Kennedy. Green out to Eade, just back on. Unmarked is Judge. Goes for another one. Not a good kick, though. Almost at Brereton. Ooh. And off the hands through for a minor score. They're hot, the Hawks.
Hawthorn 10-10-70. Essendon 4-1-25. Nearly 28 minutes in this term. Folds. Up towards Merritt. The punch by McCarthy. A little bit of a fumble from Eade, who's just fresh on, maybe a bit cold. They can't do a thing wrong. Fall straight to Knights. Knights dropping a bit short. Now Byrne in front, takes the mark.
When we have a look at this lead-up play again after he kicks a goal, presuming he does, have a look at that kick from Eade to find Knights. He was hemmed in hopelessly on the boundary line.
Only his 3rd kick. He's kicked 1 goal. Hawthorn's 11th. Oh, they're running right away. 11-10-76. Essendon 4-1-25. I think the Bombers have left their bombs at home.
29 minutes gone in the quarter. 6 goals to 1 in Hawthorn's favour. Merritt puts Essendon into attack. Out comes their skipper, Danaher. Well tackled and brought down. Green clears for Hawthorn. Here comes Knights from the side. Good spoil low by Van der Haar. Nice paddle, Payton to Eade. Oh, he's a skilled player, this one. Great Shepherd too. To half forward, all Essendon at ground level here. Madden, well tackled. Now it's all Hawthorn. Loveridge goes for goal. But no, a whistle on play. It's an Essendon free kick. It looks like Madden to take it.
Takes it well behind the mark with the hand pass to Nagel. Takes a while to extricate himself. Bit of a box on behind play. Brereton and Madden, not too much in it. O'Halloran out to Robertson. The Hawks just running wild with their hand passes. 2 or 3 hand passes, then a kick. Eade marks it half forward. Tuck goes past on the outside. He centres with a long kick. Knights a chance. Walsh a handle. Kick to Knights.
Half-time siren's gone, but he'll be able to have a shot.
Peter Knights coming up for his 9th kick. And when you consider that the great career of the champion high flyer was just about over last year, but has he come back in 1983? Distance only about 20 to 25 metres. He puts it through. A further nail in Essendon's coffin. 82 plays 25. So Hawthorn's dominance from the first quarter, which hadn't been translated on the scoreboard, became certainly evident on the scoreboard by half-time. In the second quarter, Hawthorn scored 7 goals 4 to Essendon's 1 goal 1 to be completely dominating the match and leading by 57 points. Already Hawthorn have Buckenara off the ground, but it didn't seem to make any difference. They have had 2 players reported, Byrne and Judge. That hasn't made any difference either. The famed Essendon tough tactics haven't been to the fore, and in fact Hawthorn have gone so hard at the ball they left the ground punching the air at half-time, and one wonders what more they can do to Essendon in the second half. Kevin Sheedy will be revving his players at half-time. There'll need to be positional changes, and they'll need to improve to even get back into the game, let alone win it. It'll have to be one of the greatest comebacks of all time if the Bombers can get back. Hawthorn leading by 57 points at half-time.
Umpire Nash, a perfect bounce. Madden wins. Hawker in the centre now, up towards Van der Haar. He was behind though. Ayres fumbled. Bahaja the scoop down towards Williams. Williams controls it nicely. Merritt out to Hawker, spins out of trouble nicely. On to Folds. Folds drives in towards goal. O'Halloran's there and takes the saving mark.
And the Dons have made changes, as one would have expected at half-time. Eade on the half-back flank. Copping's on the ground for the first time, and he's at full forward. Hawker's in the centre. Kink looks as if he's having a run on the ball, and Danaher's gone to centre half-back. As it's still Hawthorn controlling the air. Knights just backward of the wing. He had 9 kicks in the first half. His 10th is perfect onto the chest of Terry Wallace, right on the centre line.
Wallace drives it inside half-forward. Matthews there with Hurd. Matthews, kick ball before half-time. Great snap! What a goal!
Bradbury the fumble. We haven't seen him fumble for a while. Matthews under all sorts of pressure. An acute angle. Home for a goal. Madden wins. Punched away again. On towards Payton this time. Scrubby old kick up towards Brereton. Tried to knock it across towards Judge. Eventually gets a hand pass to Schwab. Schwab now. In towards Matthews. Byrne is down there too. Matthews may have been held. The ball goes out towards Wallace. Smothered. Down towards Judge again. Brereton there for the support if he needs it. But he's going up the ground to Schwab. Oh, Essendon under enormous pressure here as Hawthorn players everywhere. Kennedy at centre half forward. He'll steady things down. That criss-cross action by Hawthorn up and down the ground. And the Bombers' defence totally bewildered. Kennedy. Byrne, I think the only chance. 3 Essendon players there. Hurd clears the ball out towards Folds. A diver, a slips catch, it's being paid. The umpire side onto that and had a perfect view.
Certainly in Essendon's best 2 or 3. Madden, Merritt up from behind. McCarthy in front was interfered with. He's done the job at centre half-back. It was a surprise selection to most. From the centre line, drives with penetration to half-forward, but it's all Madden, no opposition. He did spill it, but the umpire rather satisfied with the mark or awarding a free kick. He gives it to Nagel from half-back. Oh, he puts Ezard under the hammer. He puts Nagel under the hammer, says, cop that. Nagel kicks to half-forward. Van der Haar from behind had the sit. Didn't look like it. O'Halloran, Payton, well smothered by the courageous Bahagia, but Payton still gets it away to Wallace, who kicks to the centre, but straight to Madden for his second mark in a minute.
Looking for speed going past. Danaher up from defence. Bahagia out wide at left half forward. Won't make the distance. Little Budgie. Won't be far off. Van der Haar off the fingers and through for a behind. Essendon 4-2. Hawthorn 13-10. Oh, over the head of all of them. Merritt fumbles. Robertson whips it away. He's been brilliant. He's forced the brilliant Watson to be taken off the ground. Wallace. Payton delightfully to Green. Could be a goal coming up. Byrne is there, but Walsh right on the line takes the mark. Actually, he didn't take the mark, and so it's gone off the hands. Signal to behind.
Walsh out towards Folds, the punch away. Matthews over the top of her just, and Folds bounces on the ball, and it's out of bounds. Third term, 6 minutes in. Hawthorn 13-11-89. Essendon 4-2-26.
Oh, we've got a streaker.
And it's a mild one this year, Tim.
Semi-retired anyway. Hasn't gone the whole hog. That's how boring streakers have become. Play's just gone on without him, and a policeman in a tracksuit has done the job on the streaker in no uncertain fashion. Great stuff, Rene Kink. Long one, but not long enough. And O'Halloran takes it safely.
That man's still pretty happy with himself, but you wonder about them. Wallace on the wing. Knights keeps it out in front. Brilliant, Peter Knights. Brereton, little left footer. Judge with the leap. Oh, good tackle. Holding the man, but not. What's the umpire calling for? Bahagia free kick. Across the face of goal. Bit of danger here as Tuck closes in. Bradbury marks. Well, there hasn't been one sign that Essendon can do much about it in the opening 8 minutes of the third quarter so far. And here's Nagel from halfback. On the run. Sweeps it over the top, lands in no man's land. Weston has to go after it.
Around the wing he goes. Up looking for Van der Haar. O'Halloran's done a pretty good job down there. Down towards Robinson, gets a good bounce. Sidesteps nicely. Knights the knock on. Oh, Matthews. That's the furthest he's traversed out of goal for a long while. Mirror the bad bounce has got to wait. On to Bahagia. Oh, they're being harassed from everywhere, Essendon. Bahagia in towards Hawthorn. He's outnumbered 2-1. And Tuck chips in and takes the mark. Tuck goes to Matthews, unattended. Yes, he gets around his opponent, bullets his way in, fires in towards goal. And for once, he's off target. His tally, 5 goals, 2. He's had 9 kicks. 9 minutes, third term.
With all his great performances, this one I think will stand out for a long time. Bahagia just keeping it in play. Once again, though, he was under pressure and kicked straight to a hawk. This time it's Eade, just forward of the wing. Typical Eade delivery. Perfect. To Wallace on the centre line. Over half forward. Knights under the ball. Bounces free. Judge might run onto it. Can't get there in time. Danaher back in defence. Weston from half-back. Nice pass. Finds Hawker between half-back and wing, but nowhere to go.
Good support out wide from Folds. To half-forward, Ezard. Too high for him. And the ball just out. Well done by Kennedy to stop Ezard breaking away. Half forward for Essendon. Payton and Van der Haar. Williams with Schwab. Williams breaks away. Long to full forward. Copping. Oh, Hawthorn out marking them everywhere. Robertson.
Oh, a fumble as he tried to handball it away, intercepted by Madden. Fancy's trying to hand pass over Madden, and it's been rushed through from behind. 10.5 minutes, third quarter of the grand final. Hawthorn 90 and Essendon 27.
A second 15-metre penalty there. Second time in a row the Bombers scored it behind and then were penalised. Ayres eventually kicks to Schwab, who was pushed. No doubt about that one. He takes the free kick. His opponent now folds. Schwab between half-back and the wing. Kicks beyond the centre line. Brereton, beautiful mark. I thought Danaher had him completely out position, and yet Brereton beat him pointless. All Hawthorn, Loveridge, onto Green. He can go for home with about 50 metres between him and the sticks, and he's done it. Russell Green's second. They've both been long flying shots like that. And the grand final is as good as over. 11.5 minutes into the third turn.
Green twice up from half-back to kick goals, and Kennedy's come up to kick a goal as well. So they're all getting into the act for Hawthorn. Out of the centre by Folds. Anywhere. Oh, Green still patting himself on the back for the goal. Drops the easy mark. And the ball out of play. Hawthorn's coach Alan Jeans has had one premiership ever. That was with St Kilda. He won it by a point. He might win this by over 100.
Payton, who's doing a pretty good job, gets the free kick on the wing. Oh, Merritt's over and gives away 15. Off and running onto Wallace. Oh, sells it nicely. Oh, he's the hand of the Sandwich.
Here's a report.
And he has been hit low down in the groin by Roger Merritt. And Merritt is about to be reported. The advantage kick goes to either Knights or Matthews at centre-half forward. It's going to be Peter Knights, and that's it. And it was the left fist that did it. Peter Knights, 55 metres out, fires. It's offline just a little behind. Hawthorn 14-13, Essendon 4-3, 27 scoring shots to 7.
Clayton in an unusual role for the Dons. Made good ground, but then kicks badly, and Payton takes the mark. Between wing and half forward. Eventually has to play on. It still comes off for the Hawks, and Schwab gets a free kick. He has been a grand young player for Hawthorn. Towards Matthews. Out position this time. Throw in forward pocket for Hawthorn. And they're doing it almost at will.
Popping off the ground for Essendon, and Carey back on. Hawks in attack. Judge. Loveridge. Left foot. Up to the goal square. Matthews again. Still in play. Oh, Hurd just. Well played by Shane Hurd. The half-back flank, and Folds to outmark Schwab.
Third turn, 14 minutes gone, and Hawthorn with a huge lead of 70 points. Folds. Robertson. Hawthorn retaining about 75% of possession. On to Kennedy, on the attacking side of the centre. Looks for Matthews. He doubles back and gets it. And goes down.
Merritt's gone again.
He has been recorded twice in 2 minutes, Roger Merritt. What a sensation after the publicity of 5 weeks ago.
And the irony of that situation is that the publicity did revolve around a match between Essendon and Hawthorn. And a couple of injuries incurred by Hawthorn players.
Well, Matthews only 25 metres out from goal. The champ has kicked 5 goals too. There'll be 15 metres. He'll be on the point of the square. He's had 9 kicks for 5 goals too. Taken 5 marks, which is profit through for his 6th. And Hawthorn's 15th, and he gives him the old thumbs up. Hawthorn 15-13, Essendon 4-3-27.
I wonder who Sheeds is talking to. Heaven, hopefully, for him. It's about his only hope. 16 minutes gone in the third term. It is a massacre, and the way it's going to be far and away a record margin in a grand final. Richmond established the record of just under 14 goals in 1980. And at the moment, it's almost 13 in Hawthorn's favour, and they're cruising. Bahaja folds towards Van der Haar, but oh, fine mark. Chris Mew, a beauty. And no standing around having photos taken. He gets the pass off to Eade, who kicks well out in front of Ayres. Ezard's coming at him. Still Ayres wins. He's hardly lost a contest. Back to Eade. Beautifully to Green. Call inside. Robertson, he's got pace. Heaps of it. He's also a nice pass. Looks for Matthews. Walsh. Great smother by Michael Byrne. Throw in. Hawks half forward line.
Hawthorn at half forward. Madden wins. Judge intercepts. Finds Tuck. Up and down the one spot. Byrne can't get it through the pack. Danaher takes it away. Up to half forward. Van der Haar trying to run onto it. O'Halloran blocking his path. Wood goes without it. He's played a shocker, Brian Wood. Whipped away by Mew. Onto Kennedy. Finding Eade unmarked. Scintillating football, Hawthorn. Wallace 30 metres in the clear at half forward. Goes for goal. How do you beat it?
A well-deserved goal, that one, from Terry Wallace. Hawthorn 109, Essendon 27. A pitiful score by the Bombers. Oh, Madden, a huge stump intercepted by Mew. Up towards Judge and Brereton. Matthews, fit of the fumbles, or Hurd got one across the shoulder. Robertson through the pack. Coles goes in, clips him over the left ear, goes out towards Knights. Knights will need support. No, a rainmaker on this fine day. It doesn't travel very far. In fact, it's called play on. Swab goes for it. Terry Danaher gets a push at centre half back, and will take the free kick, and will look for Madden.
And we'll find him. Hasn't stopped trying, the big fellow. But it's all been in vain. Nagel. Not much to go for. Looks for Wood and delivers well. And Brian Wood out on one of the wings that he's played on with such distinction. Hasn't had a good day and gets the Bronx. Oh, sloppy hand pass McCarthy. Ezard, who kicked a fine goal at that end in the first quarter. McCarthy to Tuck. And with ease, Hawthorn out of trouble. Payton couldn't grab it. Nothing there at ground level for the Hawks. Brereton comes into contest with Carey. Weston, Danaher, fancy sidestep. The skipper just hasn't got into it. Another sidestep was good. To half forward, Robertson got the fist on it. Hawker, well tackled by Ayres. Tuck, strong play to get the kick, even though he was tackled. And Green takes a good mark.
And 15 metres against Folds. I thought maybe Green took one pace to play on. Over the head of Robertson. Knights streams down the ground. Oh, he's been great, Knights. To centre half forward. Oh, they contest against each other, Essendon. Matthews goes in hard. Free kick against Matthews. And it goes to Hurd. Back to Nagel.
Nagel will go to Weston, although Knights is out there too. Knights puts his body in front, gets a finger to it. Oh, nice one by Eade. Taps it across towards Wallace. Deflected back to Hawker. Tuck him there. Tries to get it out to Eade again. And there's a free kick to Hawthorn. And I would say it didn't travel very far, that one, but it found its mark. It's Tuck's free kick, but it's going to Eade. Eade finds Matthews on half-forward flank. Wallace going past. Will he go for the handball? No, he's covered by Carey. Now Byrne and Judge. He's going short in towards Judge. Gets Clayton out of the way. In fact, it's against Judge for Shepherd. And Cameron Clayton will get the free kick in the back pocket. 21 minutes played, third term. And Tucky really filling those ribs. Hawthorn 109, Essendon 27.
Hurd takes the hand pass and gives one on to Danaher towards the wing. Merritt comes from behind but has to go the spoil because McCarthy was in great position, and away goes Schwab. A real star for the Hawks. Blazes away, but he's just offline. And the record margin for a grand final has been exceeded. It was 81 points in 1980, and the Hawks are 83 points in front 22 minutes into the third quarter.
And not letting up a scrap. They're playing some of the most brilliant football of the season on the day when it counts. Oh, Schwab again. Backs himself against Danaher. Short passes, but it's intercepted by Weston. He was looking for Knights. Weston switches up towards the centre for Merritt. He's with McCarthy. Merritt helps it on for Williams. Robertson takes a high tackle. The umpire was going to pay the 3. Brilliant Robertson. Wallace, Matthews, he's got it again. Well, a large part of the credit for this victory will go to Colin Robertson, who burnt off the star in Tim Watson. Watson's off the ground and Robertson is just blistering at the moment. Matthews from a long way out. He's kicked 7. The grand final is 6. The grand final record is 7. And this one is offline for a behind.
A bit of worry there. Some worry beats needed. Like more than that.
Knights. Lethal. Number 7. No. It's happened a few times in grand finals. People have gone a long way towards setting goal-kicking records, but the last 1 or 2 can be pretty elusive.
He's kicked 6 goals for Lee Matthews. Di Domenico uses his body well at the front of the pack and then tackles Weston. Kick forward in a hurry. Beats Matthews out of bounds in the forward pocket. Hawthorn playing brilliant football. Outnumbered largely in the crowd, the Hawthorn supporters, and they're having a field day.
26.5 minutes, third quarter. Hawthorn 1-1-2, Essendon 27. Madden over the top, down towards Carey. Oh, he hasn't got it on a string. Picked up by Matthews. Back in towards Judge. Danaher from the side, the punch. But there's an Essendon mark, I think was the man sideways, which was Walsh. He was the first of that sideline. Out to Clayton. Folds calling for it, but he's outnumbered. Schwab, well, Folds does pretty well. But the ball beats him, and it's out of bounds. Close to three-quarter time. Hawthorn 16-16. Absolutely demolishing Essendon 4-3.
The Dons have kicked 1 goal since quarter time. Brereton, a beautiful 2-hander. Robertson, a lovely left-hander out in front of Knights. It didn't quite bounce for him. Still the chance. Loveridge, tuck, easy sitting shot, which he muffs. The margin is 86 points.
Walsh's kick in. Oh, great effort by Eade. A little tap off the ground. Matthews for 7. He's missed again. 6 goals, 5 to Lee Matthews.
Clock showing 27 minutes and 37 seconds in this third quarter. Not much worry there for the Hawthorn camp.
Jeansy's still not smiling.
He's not. Clayton kicks in. Taken by Walsh. Williams spins out of trouble towards Hawker direction. Mew there keeps the ball low to the ground. Low to the ground is Robertson. Draws a player. That's Green. Green into the man. It was Bahaja. The ball. Green still has time to get up on all fours and get it out towards Robertson. Folds there onto Ezard. Oh, they're kicking centimetres only. Merritt been reported twice. Onto Williams. Over the top to Hawker. Wood down there by himself, but he can't get it away. McCarthy. Tuck across the half-back line, looking for Eade. Eade's got to wait an eternity for it to come down, but he does it well as the breeze just gets it at the last minute, and he maintained control.
Full of courage. Bad kick as he played on, got himself into trouble. Kink tried to do a bit too much after doing it pretty well initially, but Hawthorn just giving no second chances. Totally unforgiving, the Hawks. 29 minutes gone in the third quarter, and they've dominated this one as they dominated the first 2. It's three-quarter time, and in the quarter, the The Hawks kicked 4 goals. Essendon didn't manage one. And at the last change, it's Hawthorn with the 83 grand final won.
The Bombers were only the second team in history to ever make the grand final from the elimination final. The only other team was Collingwood in 1980. And as we all know, the Magpies lost the grand final that year by a record margin score. 81 points was the margin when the Magpies were beaten by the Tigers. And now Essendon are facing an even bigger defeat, this time by Hawthorn. It's very tough to win a grand final, as history shows, from 4th or 5th place. So the final quarter, the only interest was, could Hawthorn establish a new winning margin in a grand final, and could their skipper Lee Matthews establish a personal goal-kicking record, which prior to this stood at 7 goals, and Matthews goes into the last quarter with a personal tally of 6.
So we start the final term with the grand final over. Essendon looking to salvage some respect, and Robertson, the star of the match, gets the knock. Tuck. Matthews is behind, and well played by Walsh against Domenico it was. Now he's in trouble because he's played on. You don't break away from Matthews' tackles. Brereton, Domenico centres it well for Eade. Just too far for him. Knights in hot pursuit. Too hot.
Bombers kicked 3 goals in the first quarter. They've managed only 1 goal 3 for the second and third quarters. Wallace goes out of the pack and is injured, holding his boot, his foot. Bahagia out of defence. Danaher at centre half back, out wide to the wing. Folds had to prop. Little kick up to Merritt. Good gather. Over his head he goes blindly. Clayton goes down and away go Hawthorn again. Ayres.
On the Judge, runs in the centre half forward. Loveridge dropping back behind the pack. Oh, nearly got it too. He's 4th in line, just off fingers. Out of bounds, left forward pocket. Hawthorn 16-18, 1-1-4. Essendon, a paltry 4-3-27. Domenico doing some ruck. There's a bit of a change for you. And Walsh goes up as well. Clayton. Out towards Folds, who marks nicely. He's played fairly well. Now Kink the chance here with Kennedy. Oh, he nudged him right into it. Almost at centre half back. Green feeding off him. We'll go out towards Schwab. Hawthorn men everywhere. Back to Green. Oh, that was a foolish hand pass. Bit of Lairising there by the Hawks.
Uncharacteristic. They don't Lairise much, the men from Hawthorn. Payton rucks it and roves it. Towards Matthews. Nearly fights on against 2 of them. Ball up at centre half forward for Hawthorn.
A little bit tighter.
Big knock by Brereton. Matthews in front. Umpire Smith comes in and will ball it up. Huge pack of players around this ball up. 2.5 minutes into the last quarter. Knights still with spring in his legs. Intercepted. Oh, kick straight up in the air from Williams. Walsh helps it towards the line and gets it out.
The final term, 3 minutes in Hawthorn's right forward pocket. They've been in attack nearly all day. Knights from the back. Brereton, bear hug. And the ball up about 20 metres away from goal, underneath the big scoreboard here. Big coloured screen at the MCG. Knights, not quite. Out towards Bradbury, who's been a fairly quiet player today. Van der Haar, well, he's been even quieter, calling for it. And he's behind Mew, so there's not much chance there. Kick wins out onto Van der Haar, who receives it gratefully, onto Merritt. Oh, dropped the sitter. Under pressure from the crowd, has been reported twice. Green gets it out towards Robertson. Dodges and weaves. Hand pass, not a good one, but Ayres makes it look good. Out to Eade again. High tackle. Eade almost at centre half back with the free kick. 4 minutes in the final quarter. Hawthorn 114, Essendon 27.
Merritt was the offender. Oh! Clayton was penalised, and rightly so. My word, that looked a nasty one. You bit pink around the beak. Takes the free kick. In towards Knights at half forward, but drop short for Madden to take the mark. Oh, what a shocker. Loveridge could have gone for Matthews. He goes for goal and puts it through. His second goal. What an error. But the Bombers have made plenty of them today under a constant Hawthorn bombardment, which has left them totally nonplussed. And the margin is now 93 points. There's Simon Madden, one of their most experienced players. Didn't even see where he was hand-passing the ball. Story of the game.
The margin getting close to 100 points.
Bounce favours Payton. Finds Wallace. Kicks run down by Madden. Out wide to the wing. Shepherding by McCarthy allows Kennedy to gather. Tonight's at centre half forward. Spoiled by Weston, who gets it to Nagel. Going the wrong way, but gets Walsh in support.
Out towards Copping, that'll be his target. O'Halloran late on the scene. Copping had a fair break on him. O'Halloran slows him down, and Hawthorn jumpers everywhere down the field. The Copping's first kick. Oh, straight to Robertson at centre half back. As Williams puts him down, and Ayres, who fell nastily on his back a minute or two ago, still feeling the effects of that. 15 metres, Robertson out towards Brereton. Oh, does it well. He got it on the first grab and went back for it and still got it. And might have got a bit of a cuff for his quarter. Might have just twisted his ankle. Oh, players everywhere. Robertson on the attacking side of centre, up to Green. Now Green can run in for his third goal. He's 40 metres out, and he's off target this time. Hawthorn 17-19, Essendon 4-3.
Well, they can afford a bit of indulgence, but he should have hand passed to Loveridge then. Weston to Danaher. The Dons still goalless since quarter time. Danaher to the centre line. Folds, forced to go backwards. Clayton towards the half forward line. Carey rarely seen up in that half of the ground. Look for Madden. Robertson. Oh, he's become the best on the ground. He's getting a bit fancy, the Hawks, but they can afford it. Bahaja. Robertson meets him, and in fact wins a free kick. And this game must give Colin Robertson some satisfaction. He had a miserable day in the preliminary final last year when the Hawks bowed out, and there were those who felt that he'd let his side down. He finds Dipia Domenico, who did play on, but he was strong enough to come out of it on top.
Awful old kick, along the ground, along the half-back line, helped out by McCarthy. Now Tuck, down the outer wing, Brereton, Danaher over the top of him. To centre half forward, Mew from the back. Wood in front. Dipia Domenico just crashes through the pack, punches away, the ball goes out of bounds, and we'll have a throw in the forward pocket.
8 minutes in the last quarter. Merritt and McCarthy. McCarthy outreached him. Williams threads it, or tries to thread it through, still with his head down. Tuck. On to Mew. Mew towards centre half back. The handball to Payton, who's done a superlative job. Loveridge, if he can pick it up by himself, he'll go for Kennedy. Eventually Loveridge is screaming for it, threads his way through, gets a high tackle, but he was falling to the ground when he got it. Hand pass misdirected, finds Keek. On to Bradbury. Now Bradbury's got no one to kick it to. There's not an Essendon player making a move at all. You go up to Van der Haar, but he's outmarked because he's come from behind. Green.
I don't think he's trying all that hard at the moment. Van der Haar, Robertson, O'Halloran, shepherded by Schwab. Wallace between half-back and the wing. Beautiful pass to Green. Back to Schwab. And it's just practice stuff. Brereton, good tackle by Clayton. Really dumped him. Danaher runs straight into Judge. Just got the kick away. And the Dons get out of trouble, but not for long, because there's Michael Tuck.
Tuck right in the centre. Byrne comes back on the ground as Ayres leaves the field, having damaged his back by the looks of him as he crashed to the ground. Long kick, Knights with a fly, comes to the back, spills out to Hurd, hand pass misses Bradbury. Here comes Wallace, still with Terry Wallace. Brilliant play, snap for goal but offline. Whistle may have gone there. Field umpire talks to goal umpire. Could be a kick here yet for Wallace.
Yes, who was cuffed, I think, after he delivered the ball, Drew.
23 kicks to Terry Wallace. Well, he cleaned up nearly every media award in 1983. Didn't do quite so well in the Brownlow voting, but by gee, has he been important to Hawthorn's premiership, and I reckon he'd swap a Brownlow for a flag.
And let's remember that nasty knock he took on the face in the first half, which looked as if it might put him out of the game.
Simple shot for goal, but he misses.
Hawthorn 17-20, 122. Almost a ton up on Essendon, 4-3-27. And who would have believed this? Madden and Williams. The long and the short of it, Williams gets the mark and plays on. Up towards Copping, arches his body, but Robertson the punch. Loveridge onto McCarthy. Out towards Eade, he'll go for Tuck. Now Judge is by himself up on the forward line. No one there, Tuck can't see him. You know, either that or they're not friends, and he's ignoring him. Tuck's 18th kick. Oh, he wants to be part of the goal-kicking spree. A huge kick. Oh, boom! Just on has taken a mark in front of the pack. "11 metres out, almost directly in front."
Big day for Michael Byrne. Given away by Melbourne, whipped over to Hawthorn, and he's going to play in his first premiership team.
He's kicked 2. And now it's 3 for Hawthorn's 18th goal, and they lead by 101 points.
Yes, and this is the year of the Hawk. Bob Hawke on March the 5th. And now Alan Jean's Hawks on September 24. And Di Domenico drives them forward. Out comes Matthews. Well spoiled by Hurd, who hasn't done a bad job in the second half. Essendon free kick going to Van der Haar. Long time since he's touched the ball.
Over half-back, Payton in front. Bahagia the crumbs. Wood. Oh, tries to crash through O'Halloran, who gets him well. O'Halloran's tackle gives Green the chance of another possession. Over the top to Dipper. Look out. Nagel gets him. Dipper shrugs him off. Well played, Bertie Di Domenico. And then he tackles Wood. Oh, terrific stuff. The man who was best on ground in the 78 grand final. He hasn't been on the field for all that long today, but everything he's done has been full of enthusiasm.
Final term of the 83 grand final, 13 minutes in. Hawthorn 128, Essendon 27. Only one goal by Essendon since quarter time. Danaher. And Madden calling for it. He's at half-back. He goes into the centre looking for Walsh. That's the marking power there. The ball deflected away. A chance for Madden. Can he pick it up? Yes, he does. Oh, gets the handball away to Kink. He ran out of space. Kink outnumbered 3-1. Schwab pounces on the ball. Comes out towards Copping. He's only had one kick, but he's been on the interchange most of the day. Madden scooped it out to nobody. Good strong stuff by both teams. Wood on the kick, and he can't even find. Yes, he does. He finds a minor one. And this for those bronzes for Rene King, who once again has not had a good finals performance in the big one.
So I think that might have been more particularly for the Dons, the fact that they've scored. It's their third behind since half-time and their first score in this final quarter. Loveridge in there for Hawthorn against Bahagia, and the ball up on the half-forward line for Essendon. Madden gets good position against Payton and beats him. Robertson, though, and Eade. What fine contributors they've been in the finals. Loveridge. And a slight halt in play. Hawthorn's ball on the half-back line.
11th kick to Loveridge. Eade on the wing to half forward. Knights and Brereton. Knights! Peter Knights yield beauty. Goes across the ground looking for Tuck. But he didn't really meet the ball, didn't time it at all. Danaher for Essendon breaks away. Copping leads across the ground, outer wing. Green chases. Copping's got nothing. Has to go himself. A shocking kick. Oh, McCarthy misses a chance for Madden. Nobody there. Unbelievable. A soul there. Madden's already given a hand pass straight to the opposition for a goal. Look at that.
Well, it's sad, really, because the Essendon team is just being laughed at. McCarthy. Another scoring chance maybe for Essendon. Bahaja, who hasn't stopped trying, goes long. This could be it. Madden, yes! Oh. Coming in for his 4th kick, but he's been a splendid ruckman for Essendon today. Their first goal in the second half, their second goal since quarter time, and the margin is 92 points.
What a scoreline despite Madden's goal. Dippia Domenico out of the centre. Judge helps it on. Payton still charging after it. Nagel. Good hand pass to Bradbury. Dipper went the ankle tap but missed him. Bradbury on the run to full forward. Madden again. Right in front. Well, the skipper was, well, not the skipper, but one of Essendon's senior players. He was so disgusted with himself with the hand pass that was delivered in blind fashion with not an Essendon player in sight, has come back to take 2 marks and should kick his second goal in 2 minutes. He's missed it.
The attendance 110,332.
There'll be about 75,000 disappointed Bomber supporters among them, I'd say.
O'Halloran goes for Dippia Domenico. Madden late on the scene, and the free kick, I think, is being played. Umpire Smith indicating a free kick more than the mark, but I think he marked it as well. Swab. No, it's Kennedy. Judge feeding off him. Into the centre. Big Payton is there. Eade feeding again. Goes for Knights, but a good smother there by the Bombers. It goes out to Bahaja. Knights chasing. Bahaja's kick in towards Walsh. Runs in the centre half forward. Runs out of trouble. Lines up and fires and kicks a goal. The Bombers 6th. Hawthorn 18-20, 128. Essendon 6-7-43. Walsh away from New and away from Kennedy. A good ground for a big fellow, and popped it through.
And the Dons fighting to prevent the humiliation of being on the receiving end of the biggest ever thrashing in a grand final. The margin now 85 points. They've pegged back with 2 goals. It was 99, or it was over 100 at one stage. Knights flying but unable to mark. Now Williams, as Essendon mount another attack. Over half forward. Cropping, beauty. I've seen him take so many of those in the last couple of seasons, but alas for Essendon, his surprise inclusion in the 20 for the grand final has not until this moment produced one today. 30 metres out only. He kicks well. Essendon's third in the space of 3 minutes, or 4 minutes, and the margin back to 79 points. So they might be saved that awful humiliation. Those long arms and very sure hands that Copping possesses stood him in good stead.
So at the moment, Hawthorn haven't got the record margin, and Matthews hasn't got his individual record. Uncontested merit. Roberts scintillating. Out in front of Wallace, also brilliant. Loveridge.
They say Terry Wallace can't kick.
Short across the goals. O'Halloran, all the defenders are having a go.
Great to see O'Halloran kick a goal in the grand final. He's been dogged with injury and really came back hard and forced Kelvin Moore out of the team. And great to see him come all the way up the ground and score a goal at the tail end of a grand final, and made no mistake. He's given the ball such a thump, but landed up in about the second tier. And Alan Jeans, I think, directing traffic outside for the people going home more than on field.
There's the celebration material, the stuff that celebrations are made of, champagne and premierships.
Well, the chanting of "We're a happy team here at Hawthorn" has begun already. Through the centre, Byrne. Oh, past players as if they weren't even there. It's like an early morning practice gallop for the Hawks at the moment. Giving it to Domenico. Van der Haar's home by himself. Out to Clayton. Now he'll go deep to Folds, although the ball just holding up a bit. And Clayton takes the mark on half-back flank. Hawthorn 19-20, 134. Essendon 7-7, 49. Clayton's sixth kick as he goes to Nagel. Kink. On to Merritt. Out to Wood. Over across to Walsh. Now he'll do it himself. Lines up from 35 metres out and has popped it through. Essendon's 8th goal. 8-7-55 at the 23-minute mark to the Hawks Mammoth 19-20, 134.
And Brian Wood, of course, was a part of that Richmond team that inflicted the record defeat upon Collingwood in 1980. And now, in no uncertain terms, he's sampling the other side of the coin. Three and a half minutes gone. And again, Essendon creeping inside that 81-point margin. I don't suppose it means much, but I'm sure they wouldn't like to be in the record books for that reason. It must be a horrible feeling in the pits of the stomachs of the 20 players out there in red and black. It's been a terrible day for them. Merritt, good knock, straight to Mew. Williams let go of it like a hot spud, and away goes Tuck. Loveridge. Bradbury with strength, played it well. Tunnels it for Folds. Tuck. And the umpire awarding a free kick to Michael Tuck, just as Bahagia was breaking away. And from the wing, his 20th kick in a typical Sterling Tuck performance, put the Hawks deep into attack.
20 seconds from moving into time on the last quarter. At the front, Bahagia, out wide to Nagel, threads through to Williams. That was good stuff. Out to Folds. Draws a man, centres the kick. Kink is there. Easy punch away by McCarthy. Carey for Essendon. He runs into an open goal and fires. Green doubles back. It clears him and goes for a behind.
Into time on by 14 seconds. Hawthorn 134, Essendon 56. The Bombers have scored 4 goals to 3 in this final term. Loveridge looking for someone searching. Knights. Tuck off the pack if required. He loves being down there. He reads the ball beautifully off the pack as Knights, as Matthews leads, gets a bad bounce. And Byrne infringes on Van der Haar and clears the ball away with the advantage of a play on call. And the mark taken just wide of centre-half back by Mew. And Alan Jeans is coming onto the ground now. He'll be on the ground in about 10 or 15 seconds to greet his players as they come off in about 3 or 4 minutes' time up towards Clayton. Danaher, there he is, coach of St Kilda's premiership team in 1966 and now Hawthorn in 1983. Up towards Ezard, it goes to Wood, goes away from him though. Copping, flick out, it goes to Wood. In fact, there was a throw, umpire Smith there against Copping for that flick out, of deemed a throw, and the free kick going to Wallace.
It's for Green, who played on, but the umpire wasn't aware of the fact, I don't think, that Green was trying to play on. And so he gets a second chance as Alan Jeans is being besieged by the men with the cameras. Eade towards Judge. Oh, Madden, a great mark. Really fine effort by a man who hasn't stopped trying, and the premiership coach is invisible in there. What a performance by Jeans. 17 years after he coached St Kilda to a flag, he has his second out at Glenferrie. Wood crashes into trouble, and away go the Hawks once more.
Loveridge to the forward line. Byrne there. Oh, backwards dangerous. Bradbury. Danaher way back in defence. Cornered by a team of Hawks. Oh, and not a good kick out of defence. Luckily for Bradbury. Inboard to Folds. Just blazes anywhere. Walsh on the wing. Mew with him. Walsh hooks to the back. King been in 6 losing grand final teams, now 7. And he was considered a good buy from Collingwood earlier in the year. He'd done pretty well for Essendon, but once again, when the real business counted, Rene hasn't done much today. Walsh caught by Schwab, holding the ball.
Into time on by 3 minutes, the clock showing 28 minutes. Hawthorn 134, Essendon 56. Di Domenico onto Payton. It was Williams late on the scene, often running the big fellow. He's run all day. Up towards Byrne, and well, Knight's got a bit of a shove out. And there's going to be a free kick about 15 metres out from goal. And it's Ken Judge, I would say, will get it.
Could give the Hawks that record, or Essendon the record, whichever way you like to look at it.
Judge has kicked 1 goal. This will be his 12th kick. Some very good marks in the first half, telling marks. And there's Hawthorn's 20th goal. So up in the scoreboard, it's perfect vision for Hawthorn. 2020, 140. Essendon 88-56.
And Ken Judge joining the likes of Peter Bosustow and Ken Hunter, who in recent times have come from Western Australia and played in premiership teams in their very first season. The margin 84 points, and unless Essendon can goal again in the last minute or two, they've been on the receiving end of the biggest drubbing in VFL Grand Final history. Beyond the 29-minute mark, Payton wins, but Williams does it well. Merritt to run into an open goal if he's quick enough. He hit the post. Reported twice in the match. He's had 4 kicks, and no matter what you think, you can't help but feel a little bit of sympathy for the man, because he really has had a terrible day.
83 points the margin. The record is still Hawthorn's at this very moment. Eade paddles, and the ball goes out of bounds. And there's the siren. Hawthorn are premiers. Alan Jeans, who coached St Kilda in 1966 to a 1-point win, has now coached Hawthorn in 83 to a record win by 83 points. A magnificent victory to Hawthorn by 83 points, a new grand final winning record margin. They led by 18 points at quarter time after kicking 5-6 to 3 straight goals. They stretched it to 57 points at half time and a magnificent 87 points at three-quarter time. And at that stage, Essendon had managed only 1-3 in the middle 2 quarters. The Bombers came home a little bit in the last quarter, in fact outscored Hawthorn to give the final margin 83 points. Lee Matthews kicked 6 goals, Byrne kicked 3, 2 apiece to Judge, Loveridge and Green. And for Essendon, the only double goal scorer was Terry Danaher, their captain, who kicked 2 goals. Reported from the game, Judge and Byrne for Hawthorn, and Roger Merritt of Essendon was reported for 2 separate incidents. And so Hawthorn's great victory proves once again that it's impossible so far to win the grand final from 4th or 5th place. Essendon had made the grand final from the elimination final and had high hopes of going on to themselves create a record in being the first team to go from there to win. Well, they created a record all right, but it was in losing by a record margin. Hawthorn were absolutely magnificent. They won all their 3 finals games. Perhaps the rest that they had by winning the second semi-final was a vital factor, because Essendon had to play on every day of the finals, and it just wasn't a contest on grand final day 1983. All the plaudits to Hawthorn. Alan Jeans, he won a premiership in 1966. That was St Kilda. He came back with Hawthorn in 1983. Colin Robertson wins the Norm Smith Medal for a superb performance in obliterating Tim Watson and then going on for nearly 30 possessions. He receives the medal from games record holder Kevin Bartlett. The Premiership Cup is accepted by Hawthorn's captain Lee Matthews. His 4th premiership in 15 years with the Hawks, but his first as skipper. They're indeed a happy team at Hawthorn.
Team at Hawthorn, we're the mighty fighting horse. We love our club and we play to win, riding the bumps with a grin at Hawthorn. Come what may, you'll find us striving. Teamwork is the thing that talks. One for all and all for once, the way we play at Hawthorn. We are the mighty fighting horse.
This has been a Fox Sports presentation.